Hi everyone, I am going to show you exactly how to buy Bitcoin on Binance and then move it into your own trust wallet for self-custody. I will walk you through every single step on the screen. So even if this is your very first time buying cryptocurrency, you will be able to follow along without getting confused. Before we begin, if you don't already have a Binance account, you will find my Binance referral link in the description below. If you sign up using that link, both you and I receive the referral benefits offered by Binance. It does not cost you anything extra and it helps support the channel so I can continue creating free educational tutorials like this. And one more thing, right at the end of this video, I will share my final take where I will cover 3 important beginner mistakes that can save you money and prevent you from getting stuck while buying or withdrawing Bitcoin. So make sure you stay till the end. Let's get started. Installing Binance. If you don't have the Binance app yet, open the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Search for Binance. Download the app and complete the sign up process. Once you have created your account and logged in, you will land on a screen that looks like this. Now, before we actually buy Bitcoin, there is one small thing we need first. We need some funds inside our Binance account. In this demo, we will buy $10 worth of Bitcoin and we will use USDT to do that. If you are wondering what USDT is, think of it as digital dollars. Its value is designed to stay close to $1, which is why it's commonly used to buy cryptocurrencies on exchanges. Once we have USDT in our Binance account, buying Bitcoin becomes a straightforward process. Now, there are 2 ways to get USDT into Binance. The first option is to purchase USDT using your credit card, debit card, or other supported payment methods. The second option is to deposit USDT from another crypto wallet or another exchange where you already own crypto. I will show you both methods so you can use whichever one works for you. To begin, tap the Add Funds button. You will now see 2 options, Buy with USD and Deposit Asset. Let's start with the first one, Buy with USD. If you want to purchase Bitcoin using your debit card, credit card, or any other supported payment method, tap Buy with USD. Once this page opens, first make sure your payment method is set to card. Now, in the USD field, enter the amount you want to spend. For this demo, I will enter $10. Now notice something interesting. Even though I am paying $10, I am not receiving exactly 10 USDT. In this example, Binance is giving me 9.77 USDT. Why does this happen? Because of 2 reasons. First, the exchange rate changes continuously based on market conditions. Second, Binance charges processing fees depending on your payment method. So don't be surprised if the amount of USDT you receive is slightly lower than the amount you paid. That's completely normal. Now tap Preview Order. On this screen, Binance shows you exactly how much USDT you will receive and the fees being charged for this transaction. Take a few seconds to review everything carefully. If everything looks good, continue. Now enter your card details. Fill in your billing address and complete the payment. Once the transaction is successful, your USDT will appear in your Binance account. Now, if this is your first ever transaction on Binance, you might see a few additional screens. Don't worry, this is completely normal. Depending on your country and local regulations, Binance may ask you to complete a few verification steps. For example, you may be asked to accept Binance's terms and conditions. You may also be asked a few basic questions regarding your employment, source of income, residential address, or the purpose of using Binance. Finally, Binance may ask you to complete your identity verification, also known as KYC, using a government-issued ID. So if you are setting up Binance for the very first time, it's a good idea to keep your government ID handy before you begin. Case 2. Deposit crypto. Now let's look at the second method. This option is useful if you already own USDT on another exchange or in another crypto wallet. Go back to the home screen, tap Add Funds. Now choose Deposit Asset. You will see a long list of cryptocurrencies. Since we are depositing USDT, select it. The next screen asks you to choose a network. This is one of the most important steps in the entire demo. Different blockchains can all support USDT. For example, Ethereum, BNB Smart Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, Solana, and several others. You must choose the same network on both the sending wallet and Binance. Otherwise, your funds could be permanently lost. So always pause here and double check before proceeding. For this example, let's assume my USDT is on BNB Smart Chain. I will select BNB Smart Chain. Binance now generates a deposit address. Copy this address. Now go to the wallet or exchange where your USDT is currently stored. Open the send option. Paste the Binance deposit address. Enter the amount you want to send. In this example, 10 USDT. Then confirm the transaction. After the blockchain processes the transaction, your USDT will appear in your Binance account. One thing to remember is that crypto transfers are not always instant. Some blockchains process transactions within seconds, while others may take several minutes depending on network traffic. So if your deposit doesn't appear immediately, don't panic. Just give it a little time. Now that our Binance account has been funded with USDT, it's finally time to buy Bitcoin. Binance offers two ways to buy Bitcoin. The first is spot trading. The second is P2P, which stands for peer-to-peer trading. In this demo, we will use spot trading because it's a safer option. Go to the Binance home screen. Search for Bitcoin on the home page. Simply tap on Bitcoin. This opens the Bitcoin details page. Here you will see live Bitcoin price, a price chart, and other market information. Don't worry about understanding all of these numbers right now. Our focus today is simply learning how to buy Bitcoin. At the bottom of the screen, tap Buy. This takes us to the spot trading screen. Before placing the order, Binance asks us to choose an order type. You will notice there are different options available. For this demo, we are going to select market order. So tap market. What does a market order actually mean? It simply means you are telling Binance, buy Bitcoin for me at the best available market price right now. Since we are only buying a small amount for this demo, a market order is the simplest and the most suitable option for beginners. As you become more experienced, you can explore other order types like limit orders. But for now, market order is exactly what we need. Now enter the amount of USDT you want to use. In this example, I will enter 10 USDT. Notice that my available balance is 11.375 USDT. It is slightly larger than 10 USDT and it must be from previous transaction. So after spending 10 USDT, I will still have a small balance remaining in my Binance account. Once you have entered the amount, review it one more time, then tap Buy BTC. Order submitted. As soon as I tap Buy BTC, Binance shows order created. At the same time, you can also notice that my available USDT balance has reduced. That's because Binance has now used those 10 USDT to purchase Bitcoin on my behalf. Don't panic. Now here is something that confused me the very first time I used Binance. I expected to immediately see a big message saying, "Congratulations, you bought Bitcoin." But that did not happen. Instead, Binance simply showed that the order was created and returned me to the trading screen. So if the same thing happens to you, don't worry. Let's verify that our purchase has actually been completed. Tap the three dots in the top corner. Now select History. Then open Order History. Here you will see all the orders you have placed. Now you can see that the status of the order says filled. That means Binance has successfully purchased Bitcoin for you. If you tap on the order, you will also be able to see additional details such as the purchase price, quantity of Bitcoin you received, and the exact time the order was executed. So we have successfully purchased $10 worth of Bitcoin. Congratulations, you are now officially a Bitcoin owner. But there is one very important thing you should understand. Even though you have bought Bitcoin, it is still being held by Binance. For many people, that's perfectly fine if they simply want to trade. But if your goal is to truly own your Bitcoin for the long term, the next step is moving it into a wallet where you control it. This is called self-custody. Now let's move the Bitcoin we just purchased into our own trust wallet. Self-custody simply means moving your Bitcoin from an exchange into a wallet where you have complete control. Why is that important? Because if an exchange gets hacked, freezes withdrawals, or shuts down, your funds could become inaccessible. When you self-custody your Bitcoin, you are no longer relying on the exchange to hold it for you. You become the owner and the custodian of your Bitcoin. Now let's see exactly how to do that. Go back to Binance home screen. At the bottom of the screen, tap Assets. This shows all the cryptocurrencies you currently own inside Binance. Now tap on Bitcoin. This opens the Bitcoin asset details page. Here you will see options like add BTC, send and transfer. Since we want to move our Bitcoin to Trust Wallet, tap send. Binance now asks you how you want to send your Bitcoin. You will see different options. Since we are transferring Bitcoin out of our Binance into our Trust Wallet, select Withdraw Asset. The next screen asks for the wallet address where we want to send our Bitcoin. We don't have that address yet, so let's switch to Trust Wallet. Open your Trust Wallet app. Open Bitcoin from the home screen. Now you will see two buttons, send and receive. Since we are receiving Bitcoin into this wallet, tap receive. Trust Wallet now displays your Bitcoin receiving address along with a QR code. Tap copy to copy this address. Now switch back to Binance. In Binance, tap on the address field. Paste the Bitcoin address that you just copied from Trust Wallet. You will notice something nice here. Binance automatically detects that this is a Bitcoin address and selects the Bitcoin network for us. That's exactly what we want. Even though Binance detects it automatically, I always recommend taking a few seconds to verify the network yourself. A 5-second check here can save you from making an irreversible mistake. Now enter the amount of Bitcoin you want to withdraw. As soon as you do that, Binance shows you two very important pieces of information. The first is the minimum withdrawal amount. In my case, Binance is currently showing a minimum withdrawal amount of 0.0001 BTC. Fortunately, we purchased around 0.00015 BTC. So we are above the minimum and can proceed. The second thing you will notice is the network fee. In this example, Binance is charging 0.00002 BTC as the Bitcoin network fee. Many beginners wonder, why am I paying a fee just to move my own Bitcoin? That's because this fee does not go to Binance. It goes to the Bitcoin network. Every Bitcoin transaction has to be processed and confirmed by miners, and this fee is what pays for that work. The fee also changes depending on how busy the Bitcoin network is at that particular time. So don't be surprised if you see different fee when you make your own transaction. Once you have reviewed everything carefully, tap withdraw. Before Binance allows the withdrawal, it may ask you a few compliance questions. For example, Binance asked me, who are you sending these funds to? Since I am sending Bitcoin to my own trust wallet, I will select myself. Next, Binance asks me what type of wallet I am withdrawing to. You will see two options. One is a self-hosted wallet. The other is a wallet hosted by another exchange or financial institution. A self-hosted wallet simply means a wallet where you can control the recovery phrase and the private keys yourself. Since the Trust Wallet is installed on my phone and I control it, I will select self-hosted wallet. These questions are part of Binance's compliance with global anti-money laundering regulations. Once you have answered them, tap submit. Binance now shows one final confirmation screen. Take a moment to review everything carefully. Check the destination address, check the network, check the withdrawal amount, and check the network fee. If everything looks correct, tap confirm withdrawal. You will then be asked to complete the required verification, such as email verification, SMS verification, or an authenticator app, depending on your account settings. Once you have successfully verified yourself, Binance starts processing the withdrawal. At this point, you will see that the withdrawal status says processing. Now, this is the stage where many beginners start getting nervous. They expect the Bitcoin to appear in Trust Wallet immediately, but that's not how the Bitcoin network works. Bitcoin transactions first need to be confirmed by the network, and that takes time. Binance also shows an estimated completion time. In my recording, it's showing approximately 1:33 p.m. This is only an estimate. It isn't a guaranteed completion time. In my own experience, Bitcoin withdrawals have almost always completed well within an hour, but the actual time depends on how busy the Bitcoin network is. As the network conditions change, Binance may even update the estimated completion time. You can already see that happening here. The estimated completion time has now moved earlier. That's because the Bitcoin network is processing transactions faster than originally expected. If you tap View History, you will also be able to monitor the status of your withdrawal in more detail. For the sake of this demo, I haven't recorded the entire waiting period. So let's fast forward a little. You can see that even after the estimated time, the transaction is still showing processing. Again, don't panic. Estimated time does not always mean exact completion time. Now let me simply refresh the page, and there it is. The status has now changed to completed. That means Binance has successfully sent the Bitcoin. Now let's check whether it has arrived in Trust Wallet. Let's switch back to Trust Wallet, and there it is. You can now see Bitcoin balance inside my Trust Wallet. That means our Bitcoin has successfully moved from Binance into a wallet that we control. You will also notice that I have received multiple confirmations. Trust Wallet has sent a notification confirming that Bitcoin has been received. Binance has sent a notification confirming that the withdrawal was successful. And I have also received an email confirming the completed withdrawal. So we have successfully purchased Bitcoin on Binance and moved it into our own self-custody wallet. Congratulations! You now know one of the most important practical skills in Bitcoin. Before you leave, these are the 3 lessons that can save you from some of the most common beginner mistakes when buying and withdrawing Bitcoin. Take 1. Before buying Bitcoin, always check Binance's minimum withdrawal amount. If you buy less than the minimum, your Bitcoin won't be lost. It will still remain safely in your Binance account. However, you won't be able to move it to your own wallet until you buy enough Bitcoin to cross that minimum withdrawal limit. In this example, we purchased about 0.00015 BTC, which was above Binance's current minimum withdrawal requirement. So before you buy Bitcoin, take a few seconds to check this number. It can save you from unnecessary confusion later. Take 2. Don't panic during withdrawal. If your withdrawal keeps showing processing, don't panic. Bitcoin transactions are not instant. Every transaction needs to be confirmed by the Bitcoin network before it reaches the destination wallet. Sometimes this happens within a few minutes. Sometimes it can take much longer. It all depends on how busy the Bitcoin network is at that moment. So don't keep refreshing the app every few seconds or assume that something has gone wrong. Patience is simply a part of using Bitcoin. Take 3. Self-custody comes with responsibility. One of the biggest advantages of Bitcoin is that you can truly own it, but with ownership comes responsibility. If you are using a self-custody wallet like Trust Wallet, make sure you safely back up your recovery phrase or secret phrase. Never share it with anyone. Not with Binance, not with Trust Wallet, not with me. Anyone who knows your recovery phrase can access your wallet and your Bitcoin. Treat it like the pin to your entire life savings. And finally, remember this one simple sentence. Exchanges are for buying, wallets are for storing. And once you have bought your Bitcoin, consider moving it into your own wallet if you are planning to hold it for long term. That's one of the biggest lessons the crypto industry has learned over the years. I hope this demo helped you confidently buy your very very first Bitcoin and move it into your own self-custody wallet? If it did, let me know in the comments. I would love to know where you are watching from and whether this was your first Bitcoin purchase. And if there is another exchange, wallet, or a crypto tool that you would like me to create step-by-step beginner tutorial on, let me know that as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Kuntal.web3. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.